It is good, micromanagers. This is your boy Money Mike, the Wolf Master. We are back and we are here. Fresh out the algorithm. New song by NF Hope is what we're here to check out today. Y'all already know NF, my top three rappers. One of my biggest inspirations in music right here. So, hey, this is gonna be. Hey, we looking forward to this. This is a music video. Hopefully, this don't get taken down. We gonna see what we can do about keeping this up. We gonna see what happens. In any event, link will be in the description as always. Make sure you checked out my new single if you haven't already. Can You Relate? I'll leave all the links down below and whatnot. We're not gonna waste no time. We're gonna get right into this. Let's check it out.
Yeah, I'm on my way, I'm coming. Don't lose faith in me.
Vocals.
I know you've been waiting.
This is gonna be a deep message. You already know.
You've been praying for my soul.
Before we go any further though, let me know in the comments because there might have been a few songs off of the search and also the Clouds mixtape that I may not have listened to. I don't remember. But let me know what this continues off of, because NF doesn't just make a music video out of nowhere for no reason. And the last music video that I remember him making was with was Lost with Hobson, and they were like on a mountain. So yeah, let me know in the comments.
30 years you've been dragging your feet, telling me I'm the reason we're stagnant. 30 years you've been claiming you're honest and promising progress. Well, where is it at?
NF always has such cinematic taste to his music. Trying to make sure that this is playing properly. If you're wondering, my headphones had broke a while back, so this is a replacement for right now.
30 years you've been dragging your feet, telling me I'm the reason we're stagnant. 30 years you've been claiming you're honest and promising progress. Well, where is it at? I don't want you to feel like a failure. I know this hurts, but I gave you your chance to deliver. Now it's my turn. Don't get me wrong. Nature had a great run.
Yeah, Nature had a great run, so he's taking over now after all this time, as he's saying. I just wanted to pause and take notice and attention to the attire. Anyone who's followed along the NF journey, he's always had, the black baggy, coat and the symbolism to it. But I believe this is the outfit that he got from Leave Me Alone, which was on the search, where he basically traded in the black attire and the smile that he draws on his face and everything for the white. I'm trying my best not to miss anything, but like I said, it's been a while, so just let me know in the comments.
Me wrong. Nature had a great run. But it's time to give the people something different. So without further ado, I'd like to introduce my album. Hope. What's my definition of success? Listening to what your heart says. Standing up for what you know is right while everybody else is. Tucking the tail between their legs.
This about to be a problem. And it's a good problem that we about to get from NF. I wanna go back and appreciate those 4 bars and the realness therein. You already know. We don't break down every bar over here, or at least we don't necessarily try to do that because that's Knox Hill's job. And I know that I saw that he dropped his reaction to this before I started recording. So by all means, if you want a full breakdown of everything from a lyrical, musical, and all that other good stuff standpoint, go to Knox Hill. Over here, we focus on the realness of the bars and how it pertains to real life. That's what we do over here, in case you didn't know. But I want to talk about it again. The definition of success.
Listening to what your heart says. Standing up for what you know is right while everybody else is. Tucking their toe between their legs.
His definition of success. Listening to what your heart says. Standing up for what's right while everyone else tucked between their legs. That's real. That's real. Haters, the naysayers, they all gonna talk. But I tell people this all the time. As long as you doing what's right and you ain't messing with nobody, do what you gotta do. Handle your business. Y'all already know what I'll be saying. But
Standing up for what you know is right while everybody else is. Tucking their toe between their legs. What's my definition of success?
I lost the point and I just got it back, thank the Lord. What I was going to say was, this is a perfect tie-in to an earlier track of NF called Why, and the start of Why was, what's your definition of success? But here, how did he say it?
Listening to what your heart says. What's my definition of success?
What's his definition of success? And why he asked us, what's our definition of success? Or technically it could have been a double and he could have been quoting somebody else asking him that. But either way, the point is, before, if you know why, and most of you should, he goes in to talk about how he said, I don't trust the thoughts that come inside my head. I don't trust this thing that beats inside my chest. Who I am and who I want to be cannot connect. That was the opening to Why. But now here we have a definitive answer to his definition of success. And that's what I wanted to draw attention to right quick.
Listening to what your heart says. Standing up for what you know is right while everybody else is. Tucking their toe between their legs. What's my definition of success? Creating something no one else can.
Facts.
Being brave enough to dream big. Grinding when you're told to just quit. Giving more when you got nothing left. It's a person that'll take a chance on something they were told could never happen. It's a person that can see the bright side through the dark.
The symbolism. There's the countless symbolism to this, and this is something that I just love about NF, and I know the rest of you that listen to him and love this as well, is that not only is there audible the word that I'm looking for. What is the word that I'm looking for here? The symbolism is not just in the words, but the painted pictures, the cinematography is so good. It's better than most when it comes to the symbolism of what it is that NF is trying to put out, and you can see just based off of the cinematics alone on top of the words. But I want to go back real quick and hear what else he said about
dream big, grinding when you're told to just quit. Giving more when you got nothing left. It's a person that'll take a chance on something they were told could never happen. It's a person that can see the bright side through the dark times when there ain't one. It's when someone who ain't never had nothing.
Right, hold on. Say that again. Say that again.
More when you got nothing left. It's a person that'll take a chance on something they were told could never happen. It's a person that can see the bright side through the dark times when there ain't one.
A person that can see the bright side through the dark times, though there ain't one. That is such a bar. But that's really what hope is. So, and again, and I love artists who do this, and as an artist myself, I strive to do this as well, is that when you see a title and then you listen to a song, you can see and understand how the message in the music ties into the title. Staying on topic. Struggles of a Soldier album, still in the works. Almost done. Just finished writing another track for it yesterday. So listen, that's coming along. You know, you see things have been pretty slow here on YouTube. You know, that's why, apart from some other things. But we back. We gonna try to, you know, keep content coming out. Leave your requests. You know, join the Patreon, all that good stuff, and we gonna make it happen. Quick, shameless plug. Side note. Back to this though.
Never token never happened. It's a person that can see the bright side through the dark times when there ain't one. It's when someone who ain't never had nothing ain't afraid to walk away from more profit because they rather do something that they really love and take the pay cut.
Yes, NF. Someone who ain't had nothing be able to walk away from profit because of doing something that you love and take the pay cut. A lot of times out here, and this is something so prevalent, and it's sad. It's, you know, it's messed up. It's sad. It shouldn't be, but it is. And what it is that so many people out here will do whatever it takes to get a quick buck. They don't care, and that's why the love of money is the root of all evil. Pay attention. The love of money is the root of all evil, not money itself, because people out here will do anything for it. And this ties back. And yes, we're actually gonna pause a lot, because if it's one thing NF makes sure to do is to make connections to all of his songs. And that's one thing that I truly love about him as an artist. Is I remember he's mentioned this in Leave Me Alone. He mentioned this in No Name. You know, about talking about fame, talking about money. And then there was another song. Which song did he say? I just turned 100K down just to keep the brand looking right now. I forget which song that was. Let me know in the comments if I get it wrong. But that was either... I think it was Warm Up. I think Warm Up is the name of that particular song where he talked about that. And again, the fact that albums later, songs later, years later, we're seeing that none of NF's songs have contradictions to them as far as the truth and the factualism in what he's saying. You know, and again, like I said, there's so many people out here that's just, you know, whatever deal comes up, whatever opportunity, they don't look into it and really see, is this something that I should really, you know, attach myself to? No, they see a deal, they see dollar signs, you know, and then, you know, it happens everywhere. You could literally see it. It's so prevalent right now, and it's a shame that a lot of people just don't have the willpower and the integrity to turn something down for the sake of making sure that is really what they want and they're going about it the right way. You know, I remember hearing a quote a couple weeks or months back, and it's so true. Quick and easy money is never quick or easy. Like I said, we cover real stuff over here.
Walk away from more profit because they rather do something that they really love and take the pay cut. It's a person that would never waver or change who they are just to try and gain some credibility so they can feel accepted by a stranger.
And it's just, listen, we might be stopping on every line at this point. You know, we might be Knox Hill Jr. today, you know, but still make sure you check out Knox Hill. But we can't ignore real bars. Listen, NF songs is probably some of the only songs that I would pause this much on, because there's just so much realness and depth to break down. There's no filler to the realness, right? So, hey, if you like breakdowns of music, then welcome. You know what I'm saying? If not, click the link in the description and go listen to the song by yourself and see if you figure it out. But this goes right back to what I was just saying, and that is that people change who they are for the sake of validation, for the sake of acceptance, for the sake of, as NF said, credibility, and it's, again, this is something that we just keep seeing, especially in social media. You look at TikTok, Instagram, people just, listen, even in the mainstream music industry, right? People be selling their souls for the sake of an award or for an award-winning hit or something. It's a lot of messed up stuff going on out here, and even myself, I may not be that big of an artist yet, don't have a massive following or anything like NF or anyone else, but even I have had my fair share of people talking about how, oh, they didn't like this certain thing, or ABC XYZ. Everybody's got a nitpick when they don't focus on the main point. And I'm not gonna change telling the truth or writing lyrics in a way that really makes you have to stop and think and investigate. I've mentioned this before. When I write a song, when I write a verse, it's a jigsaw puzzle. And it's a jigsaw puzzle that you have to find all the connections. Because if I write something, then every part of it is going to have a connection to something. You may not see it, because if I'm talking about something that you don't know about, then you're not going to know. And a lot of that's happened to a lot of people, and they pass it off as, I'm not saying anything simply because you didn't understand. But then when I explain, and I've done this before because I've gone live, for those of you who have been around long enough to see, I've gone live and I've broken down lyrics to open verses and songs that I've done and remixes that I've done. And then when I explain just how in depth the level of my bars are, then the people that listen and then they see it, they're like, oh. But a little off topic, but it's still relevant to the point.
They are just to try and gain some credibility so they can feel accepted by a stranger. It's a person that can take the failures in their life and turn them into motivation. It's believing in yourself when no one else does. It's amazing.
And I didn't mention this before, but obviously that is the old NF attire in the dark. So we're seeing, the two sides of him. And then he just talked about taking the fear and turning it into motivation, right? And that's something that a lot of people, really need to understand and do. I myself, everybody struggles with that at one time or another. But it's just the fact of knowing you take that fear, you take that, you take those doubts and everything, and you put it into something, and you use that to fuel you and drive your passion. That's a whole other level of power right there.
Turn them into motivation. It's believing in yourself when no one else does. It's amazing what a little bit of faith can do. If you don't even believe in you, why would you think?
There it is, and there it is, ladies and gentlemen. There's the main point right there, right? What's a little bit of faith gonna do if you don't even believe in you? I have a song, it's about 2-3 years old now, called Lies, and I literally talk about that in a sense. Go listen to Lies if you haven't heard it already.
What if little bit of faith can't do. If you don't even believe in you, why would you think or expect anybody else that's around you to? I done did things that I regret. I done said things I can't take back. Was a lost soul at a crossroad who had no hope, but I changed that. I spent years of my life holding on to things I never should have kept, full of hatred. Years of my life carrying a lot of baggage that I should have walked away from. Years of my life wishing I was someone different, looking for some validation. Years of my life trying to fill a void, pretending I was in. They get it.
Whew. That, again, it's just the realness and the truth, and this is why people love NF, and y'all already know, because it's relatable, it's real, right? Talking about things he should have walked away from in his life, things he held on to. He's mentioned that before, in Leave Me Alone. In other tracks, talking about the baggage, we've seen the infamous black balloons, which symbolize the burdens that he was carrying. As you see, they're no longer there because he mentioned in the search about it, and it's, again, just the symbolism, the infinite connections, This is why NF is in my top 3. You know what I'm saying? Everything that he talks about can relate to majority of the people on this planet.
Years of my life trying to fill a void, pretending I was in. They get it.
Ooh, this is getting good. I'm on the edge of my seat getting excited right now because, okay, so the chorus for Mansion just started playing, again, albums ago. That's like 3 albums ago at least, if I'm not mistaken. And then on top of that, I just remembered thinking about the search, right? He said, I'm looking for the map to hope. Oh, yeah. Oh, this song is awesome. I just registered that. In the search, he references, in the search, in the song The Search, on the album The Search. Come on, y'all, follow with me. He talks about he's lost and he's looking for the map to hope. Have you seen it? He literally said that in the first part of The Search, right? That was The Search album. What came after that? The Lost mixtape, which was the the Clouds mixtape is what I meant to say, and on that had Lost, right? That was the one with Hobson, if I'm not mistaken. Again, I'm trying not to mix up terminology here. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments. My apologies. Y'all know what I meant to say, though. Because if y'all are putting the dots together right now like I am. But case in point, Lost was a recent song on his last project. And the project before that, which was The Search, he talked about being lost and looking for the map to hope. What do we see that he's holding? Is a map. He's looking for the map to hope. That's what he said in The Search. And what song do we have? Hope. Right now, with him holding a map. The map to hope. And then his darker side just pushed him into a building which kind of looks like the one that he recorded Y and a bunch of other stuff in. And then obviously Mansion starts playing. He talks about how his mind is a mansion that he lives in. Come on. I told y'all about the connections. Man.
necessary evil, difficult to go through, yes, but beneficial. Some would say having a mental breakdown is a negative thing, which on one hand I agree, but on the other hand, it was the push I needed to get help and start the healing process.
In Mansion, he literally ended the song with talking about how did he put it? I don't remember exactly how he put it, but in Mansion he talked about keeping the doors locked from everything he's been through. Right? Come on, y'all know what I'm getting at. If y'all is fans of NF, then y'all know. This is literally him going back into his mansion, right? That he said he locked himself into because he thought it was safer, right? Then, now, years later, projects later, we see him opening the doors. The black balloons, all the burdens, all the negativity, all the bad things, right? His past self. I'm telling y'all, man.
It's a negative thing, which on one hand I agree, but on the other hand, it was the push I needed to get help and start the healing process. See, if I didn't ever hit rock bottom, would I be the person that I am today? I don't believe so. I'm
talking about mental breakdowns being the push that he needed to start the healing process, right? So, in a way, and I don't know if he's going to come out and say this is just me trying to make a prediction here, but it seems that the map to hope came into his possession simply by his mental breakdowns. Like he just said, that's what started his healing process, the mental breakdowns. It pushed him, right? So he's looking back on things he remembers now. Look, pay attention to how he closed that door. He was like, whoa.
and start the healing process. See, if I didn't ever hit rock bottom, would I be the person that I am today? I don't believe
that's
so.
Facts. I say that to people all the time too. And matter of fact, you're gonna hear what he just said. In a way, you're gonna hear another way of saying that repeatedly on my upcoming album, Struggles of a Soldier. Plugging it again. Be ready for that, because I'm getting ready to put that out in a couple of months. But yeah, it's the things that we go through that make us who we are now. It's just how you choose to allow it to affect you that makes the difference. Some people learn from it and make it a positive. Other people, they either haven't found their way yet, or they just choose to stay in that negative place. But nah, this is a masterpiece.
See, if I didn't ever hit rock bottom, would I be the person that I am today? I don't believe so. I'm a prime example of what happens when you choose to not accept defeat and face your demons. Took me 30 years to realize that if you want to get the opportunity to be the greatest version of yourself, sometimes you gotta be someone you're not to hear the voice of reason. Having kids will make you really take a step back and look in the mirror. At least for me, that's what it.
So obviously just talked about the perspective of having a kid, because NF is a father now. Congrats to him and his wife. No, but I wanna take a second. This symbolism right here, obviously, because we know that what this cage is. We've seen it in Outcast. We've seen it in Intro 3. When he says, I thought you had me in prison this whole time, but I'm the one holding the keys, right? And what do we see? I believe that this right here is NF viewing what he would have been had he not have pushed out of where he was, right? Another 30 years, right, of being in the cage, trapped in his mind by fear, right? Because we know after listening to, Intro 1, Intro 2, Intro 3, right, that fear is who he was battling, as he mentioned in his song Outro, off of, I believe, Perception. And so basically this is a glimpse of what would have been had he not taken those steps. Still holding the key, trapped inside of the cage. Pay attention. It's right there.
Demons took me 30 years to realize that if you want to get the opportunity to be the greatest version of yourself, sometimes you gotta be someone you're not to hear the voice of reason. Having kids will make you really take a step back and look in the mirror. At least for me, that's what it did.
Ooh.
Wake up every day and pick my son up, hold him in my arms and let him know he's loved. Standing by the window, questioning if that is ever going to show up. Isn't something he's gonna have to worry about. Don't get it twisted, that was in a shot. Mama, I forgive you, I just don't want him to grow up thinking that he'll never be enough. 30 years of running, 30 years of searching, 30 years of hurting, 30 years of pain, 30 years of fearful, 30 years of anger, 30 years of empty, 30 years of shame, 30 years of broken, 30 years of anguish, 30 years of hopeless, 30 years of hate, 30 years of never, 30 years of maybe, 30 years of later, 30 years of fate, 30 years of hollow, 30 years of sorrow, 30 years of darkness, 30 years of 30 years of baggage, 30 years of sadness, 30 years of stagnant, 30 years of change, 30 years of patience, 30 years of suffering, 30 years of torment, 30 years of bitter, 30 years of lonely, 30 years of pushing everyone away. You'll never revolve. I know I can change.
We gotta play all that back. And there's one thing I want to make note of before we do. You know, just then he talked about forgiving his mom. Obviously, how could you leave us one of his most heart-wrenching, most, feeling, stories of him growing up, and what happened with his mom and everything, and I remember that he mentions toward the end of that song about, he literally talked about, thinking to the future about, when he had kids and she never, meet them. So again, connection. All right. And this is what happens when you just take your life and you just are able to, again, right back to what he said earlier in the song, taking fear and using it as motivation. Because look what he's done with the life that he's lived. And look how he's helped so many people. Because of taking his experiences, his pain, struggle, everything that he just talked about, 30 years of this, 30 years of that, everything, and then putting it in this way that helped me, helped probably mostly all of you who are going to end up watching this, and those who don't, right? It's phenomenal. That's what it is. But I want to just go through that whole part again when he starts spazzing.
Pick my son up, hold him in my arms and let him know he's loved. Standing by the window, questioning if that is ever going to show up. Isn't something he's gonna have to worry about. Don't get it twisted, that was in a shot. Mama, I forgive you, I just don't want him to grow up thinking that he'll never be enough. 30 years of running, 30 years of searching, 30 years of hurting, 30 years of pain, 30 years of fearful, 30 years of anger, 30 years of empty, 30 years of shame, 30 years of broken, 30 years of anguish, 30 years of hopeless, 30 years of hate, 30 years of never, 30 years of maybe, 30 years of later, 30 years of fate, 30 years of hollow, 30 years of sorrow, 30 years of darkness, 30 years of 30 years of baggage, 30 years of sadness, 30 years of stagnant, 30 years of change, 30 years of patience, 30 years of suffering, 30 years of torment, 30 years of bitter, 30 years of lonely, 30 years of pushing everyone away. You'll never revolve. I know I can change. We are not enough. We are not the same. You don't have the heart. You don't have the strength. You don't have the will. You don't have the faith. You'll never be loved. You'll never be safe. Might as well give up. Not running away. You don't have the guts. You're the one afraid. I'm the one in charge. I'm taking the reins.
Ooh. 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 It's, man, I can't wait to check out the other reactions to this. I'm telling you, I'm about to go check out Knox Hill's reaction right now, see if Cliff Beats or anybody else already put this out. And yes, I mention people's names in my videos because I want you to go check them out and show love. It's hard out here on these YouTube streets. You know what I'm saying? For all I know, this will be taken down off YouTube, but it will be on Patreon. So yeah. That's a lot to process right there, but in any event, Much love to NF as always for for what he's been able to do and who he is, in this music journey. You know what I'm saying? Just wow. I gotta take some time and let that digest. But yeah, so we gonna end things off right here. But before we do, again, make sure you join the Patreon. Make sure you subscribe, support as best you can. Check out the original music. I have open verses that I just put out. I have a new single, Can You Relate, that I put out a little while ago. You know what I'm saying? Struggles of a Soldier album in the works. It's almost done. It's going to be new. It's going to be different as far as the sound. It's going to be loud. It's going to be real. It's going to be hectic. Because that's what the struggle of a soldier is. And NF isn't the only one who can get away with symbolism now. I do it too. But I digress. We going to end things off right here. Signing up for now. It's your boy Money Mike. Peace. God bless. I'm out. See you in the next vid.